Fuck it. Let's do the intro.
Hold on, I'm looking for something. Oh, okay.
And then we'll talk about stuff.
All right. Imagine getting a letter in the mail claiming to be from an alien or an alien civilization, secretly living on Earth, maybe under the water. Maybe that's what the base is, under the water. We don't know. But it's not from a. Wait, what the fuck is that? Oh, let me just restart that. Take fucking two. Imagine getting a letter in the mail claiming to be from an alien civilization secretly living on Earth, not from a random conspiracy theorist, from beings claiming to come from a planet called Ummo. The letters contain advanced science, diagrams, equations, sociology, philosophy, and warnings about humanity, as they all fucking do. Scientists take them seriously. UFOs research obsesses over them, and journalists investigate these damn things. Entire groups form around decoding these messages, and this goes on for over 20 years. Then the alleged mastermind confesses, but even that confession somehow makes the story stranger. So, bottom line, this could be a bunch of bullshit. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the GITN podcast, where we cover true crime, paranormal, and UFO cults, apparently, tonight.
Stuff.
Maybe butt stuff. We don't know.
Well, what's been going on in the world?
We're so far behind, I don't know.
Still, we're still fucking with Iran for some reason.
Are we? By the time we get this up on the audio feed, it could be, Christmas time. Who knows? I'm so far behind on that, but I don't really care.
That shit flabbergasts me, though.
What?
Just the events around it. The Iran shit. Like, they can stay out of it. They didn't do shit the last time they said they were going to fuck with Iran.
Well, Iran.
Well, let me take that back. I don't want to downplay the things that go on between two countries in the world, but as far as dropping nukes on them, they didn't.
Well,
And you have our fearless leader when saying that he doesn't care about inflation.
He's screwing the pooch.
Well, he literally said he does not care about the inflation that we're facing. He said he thinks he likes inflation. I'm like, yeah, no shit, because you make money off it, motherfucker. We don't.
I have not paid attention. I've checked out of that shit.
Yeah. Pretty sure he also said when other countries started complaining about gas prices, I'm pretty sure he said, well, do what we do. Go take your gas, which is a war crime.
Is it?
Yeah. To take a place's natural resources like that is a war crime.
But should it be?
To an extent. Oh. If they're just like, nope, kill them all, take the corn. I guess that would be them doing that to us in South America. Where the fuck else do you hear about corn being grown?
I don't know.
And what do they grow in fucking the UK? Sheep. Shitty days.
A lot of rain. It's always raining, it seems like.
Judgment.
Yes.
Been seeing that a lot. Some guy on TikTok, he's like, what's your most annoying thing about Americans? And multiple people are like, that they just don't know anything. And I'm like, I've seen way more videos of dumb British people than I have dumb American people, as far as knowing, like, countries or anything about the rest of the world.
Yeah, that's a good point. But there's stupid people all across the planet.
I just think it's funny because I'm like,
and
okay,
you're looking
cool.
at two of them.
Well, yeah, that's true. I'm trying to think. House of the Dragon was good. You'll have to watch it.
I might watch it after this.
Full of action.
Got to do a load of laundry after we watch it. Do this.
Full of action and dragons.
If it's got boobies and dragons, I'm down.
I don't remember if there's boobies or not.
I don't think there is in this new series. That's why I don't watch it.
Oh, there's boobies in the series.
Is there?
Pretty sure. Maybe not in this episode. This episode's very battle heavy.
Oh, we like battles.
Yes.
All
think
right.
what else? What else is new? What else have we seen?
I ain't
Nothing.
seen shit.
Tried to watch this new Silent Hill movie. I made it about 20 minutes in.
Didn't even think about it.
Terrible.
Didn't even know there was a new one.
Well, like, the first one was pretty good. The game was super good. Scary stuff. This one just dumb, bad dubbing, bad CGI. It's a criminal mistake. You don't make a fucking video game movie if you don't have like $20,000 million in CGI to put into it. It's not going to work out.
Good point.
Unless you're making fucking Red Dead Redemption, which has already been made. You just put all the Clint Eastwood movies together. Boom, Red Dead Redemption. Outlaw Josie Wales, boom, Red Dead Redemption. Good, Bad, and the Ugly, Red Dead Redemption.
I'm very disappointed with the Yellowstone spinoffs.
Didn't watch them. Haven't even finished Yellowstone.
Oh, anyway,
I got tired of it. I got tired of the, like, all the time. It's just like that's the theme of the whole show. Just get the guns. Rip, get the guns.
Yeah, well,
Casey, get the guns.
They suck. I say we get to this Ummo shit.
I was really hoping it was Ummo.
I think it's Ummo. Who knows? Say it however you want.
I just immediately thought, I saw Ummo and thought of Tekashi 6ix9ine, because his breakout album, I think, or song was called Gummo.
Yeah, but the important thing to know about this is there's a question we should ask. Was Ummo just an elaborate UFO hoax, or did a fake alien religion accidentally reveal something real about belief, manipulation, fuck that up, and human psychology?
Well, first off, what the fuck is Ummo?
Ummo is...
Let's get into that, because I have no idea what this is.
Ummo is... They're aliens from, I think, the planet Ummo, which we'll get into a little bit.
It's lazy.
And...
If it doesn't have a number in it, it's not a real planet.
You'll find out, well, the planet... Well, it does have a number in it. The Ummo...
Is it UMM0?
No, it's... I'll get into it a little bit.
So the British would say it Zed.
Now, the time frame for this, when this started, was in the mid-'60s, okay? So it's important to set the stage of what was going on in the world in the 60s.
Drugs.
There was...
As far as shit like this goes, drugs.
There was an exploding UFO craze going worldwide, especially with examples of UFO culture exploding worldwide during the Ummo era. So, we were going into space post-World War II. Wasn't the Apollo missions, what was it? The Mercury and Gemini missions from NASA were...
The ones with the monkeys on them?
Preparing. No, these actually had astronauts. We were starting to explore off this planet, essentially. Which...
Fuck you, Shelf.
Don't knock over whoever that is. Wow, we haven't been in the studio well. There's a lot of dust on this.
That shit was there before we took a hiatus.
Anyway, but like I said, we're post World War II, and the world seemed to be getting UFO fever.
Funny how that happens.
The Roswell incident in 47. That wasn't even the first one. I believe the first one of the... Well, we had all the Foo Fighters in World War II. So the UFO craze...
Bunch of Dave Grohl's flying around.
Yeah, the UFO craze was really starting to gather some momentum. Gather some speed.
It was aura farming.
Now, after World War II, it is important to note that technology really started to advance. The start of World War II, we were still using propeller planes.
My biggest argument for fucking aliens being on the planet Earth is that.
Is what?
The technology boom.
Now you have to remember, like I just said, we were still using propeller fighter jets, or not fighter jets, that's wrong, fighter planes. But by the end, there were fighter jets.
And 50 years later, we had computers in our pockets.
We had, the rockets were making the appearance.
Yo-yos.
Naturally, nuclear weapons. Ask the Japanese.
Slinkies. Oh, yeah, speaking of.
Oh, what?
I saw this fucking thing. Did you know if you look up the there was a list. It's the hottest recorded temperatures on the planet Earth.
Yeah.
And number 2 was like Arizona or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Guess what number 1 was?
Hiroshima.
Yeah, it was like 17,000 degrees. I was like that. I don't think that should be on the list. And that's not even me as a Japanese American. That's just me as a human being. I don't think that should count.
Well,
that was man-made heat.
The important question is, how long was it that hot for?
Either way. Interesting. I don't know. I was just like, I don't think that should make the list. I don't think that's right. That's not meteorological at all. Just because it came from the sky does not make it weather.
I mean, there's no doubt it got pretty hot.
Yeah.
I would just wonder how long it stayed hot. I don't know. I've never researched this.
Yeah, long enough.
I would think for a few days. It was
long enough to make a list.
It was a little toasty.
I just think that's horseshit. I think that's an unfair title.
It was rude.
It's an unfair title.
Very rude.
Japan doesn't deserve that.
But
they don't deserve that trophy.
Radar started to make an appearance. Jet aircraft, like I said. Many people generally believed extraterrestrial contact was very possible.
Extra testicles. E.T. Eddie Torres.
Now,
Was that the third Cheech and Chong?
When people talk about aliens,
they get into arguments.
Well, they always talk about, you always hear this argument that, they're here to warn us because we have went into the atomic age or nuclear age, they're warning us.
Why? Why would they give a fuck?
That's kind of what I've always said, but the atomic age created a real fear that humanity had entered a dangerous new phase, which, yes, we could destroy the world.
Every phase is a dangerous new phase.
UFOs became linked to both hope and apocalyptic anxiety.
Yeah, that's every so often though.
And
imagine being around. You imagine being the foe of the first motherfucker that made a bow and arrow.
Yeah,
you're just like, oh, I guess I gotta fight him. Yeah. And then out of nowhere, it's like, sip, and it kills one of your buddies, and you're like, what the fuck was that?
But I've always kind of wondered, why the fuck, if aliens are here to warn us,
do they give a shit? Why would they be here? Period.
Yeah, well, if they're here, why are they warning us about, the nuclear power and the dangers of it? If they're, and I've always said this, if they are advanced enough to travel interstellarly from galaxy to galaxy,
galaxy far
they
away.
are giving their children, their Christmas presents, their science.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember those? Science kits.
Yeah,
they have nuclear weapons in those. They're nuclear.
Yeah, they probably have plutonium, and they're just
don't give a fuck.
Mix this in with the batter.
And if everything we know about what goes on in interstellar space
is nuclear,
is
of nuclear levels of power.
Right. So why are they worried about a couple ants on a spinning blue marble have a few nuclear bombs?
Are we like their favorite reality TV show?
Probably. So it's always
we're the Jersey Shore of space.
I've always felt that is just our fear and our judgment being thrust upon this
100%
genre of UFO.
It's bullshit.
I mean, yes, a lot of UFO sightings have been reported around missile silos and military bases. Unless
you're going to make the argument that, because then at that point, it's like you might as well say that there's some sort of deities.
Right.
Because that's same kind of, hey, we're here to save civilization.
But
aliens are fucking demons in the eyes of hardcore Christian people.
Yeah, that's true. Don't get me started on that. But post World War II, there was a constant fear since World War II, there has been a constant fear of nuclear annihilation.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm old enough to remember to do those.
Get under your desk. Yeah, they're nuclear bomb proof.
Yes. I mean, I remember that shit. This wooden fucking metal desk with the chair connected to it, my fat ass could barely fit into, is going to save me from a nuclear blast.
Did you just have the little book rack underneath the seat?
Stupid.
Yeah. Good to know they never changed those in the almost 20 years difference that we had between being in high school.
Right.
Had same shit.
Yeah. But naturally with this new age of technology, this new age of fear of our own mortality because of us being able to actually destroy the world if we so choose, aliens really started taking off. They started visiting us, and the conspiracies just spread like a virus.
Yeah, they started sacrificing our women and fucking our cows.
But so it does. It's like a perfect storm of how we feel as people, and this new advancement in technology, and we are starting to explore off space. So this was a perfect time for this Ummo shit to launch. So it was a perfect storm. And that is the exact reason why I think it got as big as it did, which apparently at the time, and especially in Europe, it was ginormous.
Goddamn Europeans.
Because, UFOs, it's official. Once we got into the 60s, we had a decade or so of sightings. So UFOs pretty much were mainstream at this point. Like I said, exploration of space. The public trust in institutions were collapsing. It just didn't start happening in 2020. We've always had a healthy.
Yeah, I like the sentiment that this is a new thing.
Well, here's where it's at. I think people have always had a healthy sense of, I don't know about that shit when it comes to government and leadership. The difference between now,
we all know,
and 20, or now,
we all know
then,
how everybody feels about it.
We realize our media
is horse shit.
Is just as shady as the government. Back when I was a kid, back in the 70s, 80s, you thought the media was actually here to help us.
Well, at that point, it may still have been.
Well, I
don't know when that.
I think I just heard Walter Cronkite was a CIA fucking plant.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
So they have
imagine the number of fucking microphones you could hide in his mustache.
But the government has always been, since the invention of media, has always been using it to spread propaganda to what their narrative, to what,
and not even just the media as we know it.
Right.
Newspapers, all that type shit. You think fucking Abraham Lincoln wasn't having people put shit in newspapers to rile people up? Stupid if you think so.
But even back then, people wanted the truth, and they probably at that time they thought they were getting it from their news sources. Now we know it's not. Now in today's society, we know that's a bunch of bullshit.
It's about as real as reality TV.
But that is the one beautiful thing about the internet. You could bitch about the internet and social, Facebook.
It has broadened our abilities.
Facebook, X, Instagram, all that shit.
Well, X, I have a lot to say about X. But and it has nothing to do with political views. It's just the fact that, why can't you scroll on X for more than 90 seconds without there just being, straight up fucking porn?
What's the fucking problem here?
Because sometimes maybe I'm just trying to see cute puppy videos.
Gay?
Or something of value, and I'm like, or what's even worse is when you go to look for something specific, and it's still the first thing it shows you is porn. It's okay, come on, I'm clearly here for something, not this.
I'm always here for. You know what I found? What's weird? Instagram's getting the same way.
I don't get on Instagram very much anymore.
I'll get on it, but Instagram, what are they real? I guess they are real too. Real. Yeah. I know Facebook's real, but I'm seeing straight up nudity on. And
or even on TikTok, they have those ads for AI generation and shit where it'll just be clearly a chick giving a blowjob, but you just can't see the member.
Well,
and you're just oh, okay, yeah, this is great for kids. The fuck.
I was watching some reels on Instagram, and it started out as kind of more seductive, and then it graduated to a woman slowly showing just a nip slip.
Yeah.
And
just
now
being all coy about it.
I saw one today while I was waiting for the batteries to charge. Just a girl with her shirt opened up, tits out, acting like she's yanking a dude off.
On Instagram?
On Instagram.
What the fuck?
I'm tits out.
See, and
I'm down for it.
Yeah, but fuck, man, you're not even going looking for it. So clearly, it's coming across 8-year-olds' fucking screens too.
Well, maybe it's my algorithm. They know me.
It's bad for the youth.
I'm a dirty old man.
It's bad for the youth. It's causing erectile dysfunction in young men.
But anyway,
Science has shown this.
as bad as social internet and social sites like that are for us mentally, it's obviously a lot of what our issues are now. We weren't meant to be this connected to this many people, and there are definitely some people that should not be able to voice their opinions to the masses.
Like Donald Trump during his first presidency.
Possibly.
That was my biggest problem. I was like, I don't give a fuck these presidents. Just kick him off fucking Twitter until he's done. He sounds like an idiot.
That's the best part of Trump. Is his tweets.
Yeah, when he's not in charge.
No, even when he's in charge. It's fucking hilarious. But, for all the negative that the internet has created at this time and all the turmoil and pitting us against each other, the one thing it has done, it has opened our eyes to the shadiness that is our governments.
Around the world,
just not in the U.S., and the media and the propaganda that
the Jews. I'm just kidding.
and they spew at us. You cannot believe anything, and now it's getting to a point where you see a picture,
but yet everybody believes everything. Not everybody, but like all the worst ones believe everything they see.
Right.
All the people that you see all over social media, and they're like, fucking, if it's a liberal person going off about something, then fucking conservative people are like, fucking liberals, right? And I'm like, I wouldn't even classify myself as a liberal, but even I'd be like, you're really gonna think that they're all fucking like that? Shut your face.
I mean, and it's sad, as an avid user of AI, you don't even know what pictures or videos are. There's some you can tell. There's some you can tell, but you have to take a grain of salt with every video, every picture.
I know. I made some random shit on ChatGPT just because it was funny. This one is it's the chicken leg choker. It's an angry suburban dad, and it is fucking hilarious. I'm gonna start doing this just to pass the time. The best part of it that it came up with, where was it? A quote from the victim. I thought it was a kick, then I couldn't breathe no more. It's fantastic. I'm going to start doing it. I might just post them on our Instagram because they're fucking hilarious.
All right. But anyway, like I said, this was prime time for this Ummo cult, Ummo UFO religion to really, it was fertile grounds. Like I said, just to recap, space, we were starting to explore space at this time. Public trust was starting to collapse. Intellectuals were fascinated by alternative systems of society. People were starting to search for the truth.
Mulder.
Coming out of World War II, naturally the world felt unstable. And it's pretty much been that way ever since.
Yeah, it's just been hectic. There hasn't been a time that there hasn't been like just some underlying looming stress around the world. Something. The
important thing to take away from all this is Ummo did not appear in a vacuum. It really, the culture of the time fertilized it and enabled it it went viral for 1960s viral.
It really sounds like some type of like Hawaiian culinary dish.
I mean,
I'll have the Ummo, please.
You got to remember, we were in the 60s. We were starting after World War II. We started getting to, especially here in America and in Asia, the Cold War paranoia.
Mm-hmm.
And so
I'm gonna get us a soundboard. I keep seeing Ummo, and every time I see it, I hear Ummo, and I wish I had a button that just went blicky, got the stiffy.
So people were fascinated by alien science, hidden knowledge, and the secrecies that our government ran through.
They wanted the truth.
Yes.
Even though Jack Nicholson, you can't handle the truth.
No, it's also,
I stand by that one when it comes to the government.
Now, it also is important to point out, at this time is when the contactee movement became popular. People were getting abducted by some of this shit.
Yeah. Now we're getting into the fun stuff, the
And
butthole touching.
These so-called, they just weren't UFO sightings. There was starting to be some communications via either telepathically, through these abductions, or actually verbal. But Ummo felt a little different.
What if this was just human experimentation?
That's a possibility. But why it felt different?
I just had this thought. How did I just have this thought?
Why it felt different was it was more intellectual, more scientific, less mystical than typical UFO cults. I hate to use the word cults at this point in the.
But that's what they were known as. Everything outside of the norm was some sort of cult.
Yeah, it wasn't
back in the day.
Crystal healing or cosmic love serums.
With crystals is just fucking normal now. Every other chick has a fucking amethyst in her pocket,
right. But
and a fucking, I don't know, like a tiger's eye in her butthole.
We're going to get into what the Ummo race, or whatever you want to call it, actually sent us letters, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But the material that was put out reads almost like engineering documents, very scientific. It wasn't your typical Billy Bob
fucking,
conspiracy theorist.
It wasn't the old corn cobbing.
Yes, but all these letters that were written were in very technical language, complex.
Did we decipher the language?
Oh, no, it was written in English.
Oh, okay.
Spoiler alert.
They just found fucking like unpublished Shakespeare that nobody understood.
But there was complex diagrams. The letters.
they just found like some kid's fucking thesis paper from MIT, and they're like, I don't know what it is. It's fucking aliens, right?
The letters were very social, about our social structures, our philosophies, scientific theories that there possibly weren't even talked about yet, or weren't mainstream yet.
Microwaves and shit.
And sociology, especially our sociology and alien sociology.
What the fuck is alien sociology? Did it say like, was there a chapter, alien sociology?
They talk about what they like socially. So this made Ummo very attractive to educated people, just not some dumb redneck getting drunk on his back porch.
Always my thought process on some of that. Why the fuck, if they're trying to learn from us, why are they taking, not to be
of our society?
Yeah, not to be a dick, but Jethro from the back 40 in Nebraska.
Yeah, but so educated people were attracted to these letters and this phenomena. Engineers, scientists, professors, journalists, philosophers. These just weren't the whack jobs that believed in the UFO.
Or even if they were at least legitimate.
They were legitimate people, and we'll kind of go through some of these.
They weren't just a bunch of crackpots.
But this is an important thing. This is what made Ummo so dangerous. It didn't look fucking crazy. It looked very plausible.
Yeah.
By the way it was presented.
Like Catholicism.
Okay. The letters began around 1965 or 1966. They were strange typewritten letters that began appearing in Spain.
You think, what if aliens had typewriters?
Yeah, well,
that'd be great.
I believe they.
I need more ink, Z-Floor.
They contracted it out.
They got it from Kinko's.
No, they found some guy on
Office Depot.
The classified ads in the local Spanish newspaper.
Craigslist
of the time. But the people who just bear with me, the Ummos sent these to were researchers, intellectuals, journalists, and stuff.
Racist? Fuck you.
I said
intellectuals.
Intellectuals. Okay, the first person, this is where it's going to get ugly. The first to receive these letters from some of these people was Fernando Sesma Manzano. One of the very first known recipients, Spanish civil servant, founder of La Ballena, whatever.
Where is that?
The Happy Whale.
La Ballena Alegre.
The Happy Whale. It was translated.
God damn it.
Don't knock it over.
I'm gonna.
That was the Happy Whale was a famous UFO discussion group in Madrid.
Whale.
hosted weekly
That
meetings.
sounds like a fucking swingers group.
Probably. Eyes Wide Shut shit. What
Fucking
was that?
Brendan Fraser's right at the beginning, in the middle of it. He's like, oh, I'm gay and I like boys.
He hosted a weekly meetings where intellectuals, journalists, and UFO enthusiasts debated the extraterrestrial topic. So it
That's fine.
wasn't your whack job.
Yeah, that's fine. That's just a fucking group.
They were engaging in conversations of
Yeah,
the possibilities. Is how I take that.
that's like one step above fucking a group of nerds playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, but Fernando eventually becomes one of the central figures spreading the Ummo story.
Fernando, sorry,
He had connections throughout the Spain's UFO community.
it would be Spanish,
Well, Spanish, but yeah, perfect. He was a
not
perfect.
Mexican.
He was He was a perfect person to
Yeah.
get this story started.
Yeah, he was a legit guy.
Yeah. Once he believed the letters were authentic, people started to follow. Build it and they will come. Kind of
Naturally.
thing. So when you
Especially once you get a viable person behind it, then yeah, it's gonna run up the ladder.
right. So
It's just like nobody watches this podcast, whereas if we had,
hey,
Wolf Blitzer, somebody A tier
Yeah.
on here. Oh no,
next one of the other people was Antonio Ribera,
great baseball player,
one of Spain's leading UFO investigators, author of numerous UFO books.
3-time Golden Glove winner.
He took this phenomena or these letters in this Ummo story fairly seriously for many, many years. He helped push it throughout Europe.
I just don't see how do you not have anything going on that you get this fucking wrapped up in the shit?
Well, the letters were very convincing by the way they were worded. It wasn't just whack job shit. It was very,
It was all
scientific.
it was all bold caps lock italics and
No,
red.
It wasn't. It was very
the kind of shit that
believable.
gets our attention.
It was very believable. But why he was important, his reputation gave these letters legitimacy. Readers assumed someone with his experience wouldn't be fooled that easily.
Often the biggest of fools.
Okay, next is a Spanish engineer, Rafael Ferreros.
Ferrero Rocher.
Ferrero.
Ferrets.
But he was one of the best known Ummo researchers, received numerous letters directly, studied the documents for decades, eventually became one of the world's most famous experts on the letters of Ummo.
Okay, but go on.
He was an engineer. His background gave him credibility. He analyzed the technical claims rather than dismissing them outright. So you want
The technical claims. What do you mean by technical claims?
the letters actually gave theories and was very technical with what it was saying, like anti-gravity, and I'll kind of get into some of that
Okay.
stuff.
That was kind of my question.
It was
Like,
kinda
what,
like-
if you're gonna send him specifically letters, would they not be somewhat dialed to him being an engineer? Which that kind of.
Right.
Where's the mathematicians and the scientists?
Well, here we're getting to one.
The socioeconomic.
Jean-Pierre Petit.
Jean-Pierre Petit.
He was a French astrophysicist.
Gay.
Received Ummo material through French UFO circles. Later said that some of the ideas inspired aspects of his own research into magnet hydrodynamics.
Magnetohydrodynamics. That's a fucking new one.
Although he acknowledged the possibility of a hoax,
Hey, that's
he
what Magneto
maintained
does.
that some concepts were surprisingly sophisticated.
That's what's going on here. They're just making the X-Men.
Right. Having a scientist that was so respected engage with this material gave it.
Oh shit! Sorry, I know the next one.
You know the next
Yeah.
one. But when you start talking about scientists, it starts to build. Okay, there's something to this. When they look at this, read this these letters, and they say, okay, this is very technical.
As soon as you know what all the words mean, people are automatically going to fall in place. As soon as you read something like fucking, what was that word? That magneto hydrodynamics. As soon as you say that without a stuttering,
Yeah.
everybody's like,
Oh, this
guy
smart.
knows what he's talking
That's
about.
why I
I'm
said- that's
gonna
why I
I'm gonna
said
do what he tells me to say.
The next person who looked into this is everybody's heard of in this community or who have watched Joe Rogan probably.
Yeah,
Jacques Vallée.
I smoked weed with Jacques Vallée.
He was a computer scientist and one of the world's best known UFO researchers.
Jacques Vallée and Johnny Hopkins.
Now, I do not believe he got.
Oh shit, I fucked that up. It would have been Jacques Vallée and Sloan Kettering. They're blazing that shit up every day.
I do not believe he actually received letters personally, but he was made aware and got to analyze them.
He's basically the nerdy brother. That like just
Now-
got the mom was like, take him to the movies with you.
Now, he remained skeptical, but considered it an interesting example of misinformation and belief rather than convincing evidence of extraterrestrial. No matter what, if you think this is a hoax or you believe this is extraterrestrials, it is a fascinating experiment. Either the best psyop in the world or they were talking to us.
I don't know. I think some of the best psyops in the world happen in day-to-day life.
But his involvement showed that even skeptical researchers took this somewhat seriously, at least enough to investigate.
I guess. I mean, like, I don't follow everything that Graham Hancock says, but I'm still working my way through his literature.
Yeah. Well, he's taking a little bit of a hit here lately.
How do you, speaking of literature, and we were talking about Game of Thrones, and now I'm listening to the book now.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this theory that, like, so you've seen a bird skeleton,
Yeah.
like chickens and shit, how they have those weird little arms?
Yeah.
So do T-Rexes and
Yeah.
velociraptors and shit.
Yeah. Well, dinosaurs are
Dragons.
who was I was listening to? Was it one of the comedians that have a podcast? Basically, it was Tripoli. He's basically said dragons didn't exist; they were just dinosaurs,
Were dinosaurs dragons?
Dinosaurs didn't exist; they were just dragons. That's not possible. I mean, because isn't a chicken closer to the dinosaur than say alligators are?
Well, yeah, it depends on what you're talking about. There was a split at one point in time.
All right.
There was a split between, like, all of that world was kind of on the same trajectory, and then at one point it split into two, and they went more of the avian direction or more of the reptilian direction.
Okay. But
Which is also why their brains work similarly in a lot of ways.
I just know they make.
Their movement is similar. If you watch, they're fucking jerky little
I just know they're tasty.
lizards.
No
Snake's good.
chickens.
You ever had snake?
I don't know.
You ever had alligator?
I think I've had alligator.
Alligator's good. Alligator tail's good.
I think I've had.
You could eat fried alligator tail and just tell somebody it's fucking chicken tenders, and they'd probably believe it.
I've had it. I've probably tried.
You ever had that gator? She said, well, what part of the snake are we having tonight? She said, well, snakes don't really have parts, Mr. Coach Klein. But if I had to guess, I would say it's his knee.
All right. Let's get some of the types of people who got these letters were journalists. Several Spanish journalists received letters.
Did this, like, seriously, are we going to, like, actually branch out of Spain? Or is this mostly a Spain-oriented?
At least in Europe. We're not.
It's all the same thing.
Right.
It's just different colored. Is it racism? Is this racism? This anti-alien thing?
Probably.
Is it racist to be anti-aliens?
It probably could be. I'm sure there's some kind of fucking group.
Well, now you're wrong.
Okay, but some of these journalists even published stories. Others quietly shared the documents among their colleagues. So it wasn't like, but they helped push the story along. No matter which way you want to look at it, they helped push the story along.
Yeah, they're journalists.
Now, this is interesting. Who else received these letters?
Pedophiles.
Correct. Catholic priest.
Zing.
A
That's
handful-
gonna piss some people off, and I don't care.
A handful.
I'm not saying they're all fucking pedophiles, but you're fucking high if you want to argue that they don't exist. Speciesism. There you go.
Yeah. Is that racist?
Real bad daddy came in clutch.
Thank
Any
you.
relation to Bad Bunny
Anyway,
or Bad Baby? Unfortunately,
a handful of priests reportedly received correspondence from the Ummos.
stay the fuck out of our way, fat
The
man.
letters often discussed philosophy, ethics, and religion rather than trying to attack their faith. So very interesting. This broadened the audience beyond the UFO community. I mean, if you think about it, it is just
Go ahead. Sorry.
It is just very recent.
Nah.
It's very recent that the Catholic Church has even remotely started to entertain
Science.
the possibility of life in the universe. I mean,
Well, fuck. We just had the first pope say that being gay is okay. Which I would like to see what that was like behind closed doors. Everybody's like, look at what the Pope said. What did the Pope say before they opened the doors to his balcony? They're like, how do you feel about gay people? He's like, it's fine. I don't care. I don't understand, but it's fine.
This is what you asked for earlier.
This all sounds so created.
Oh, well, just wait. It gets worse. Now, this is what you asked for earlier. A lot of engineers, physicists, and professors eventually got their hands on these, at least copies. Most weren't original.
Kinkos.
They weren't the original people to get them, but they were passed the material through private networks.
See, you're muddying the waters even more with that shit.
Well, at least if you're going to get something, let's just say if we got a letter from E.T.
We did both get a letter that we have to address.
We did?
I opened mine.
What was it?
Tax shit.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid. I've never gotten one this whole time.
Yeah.
How the fuck did they...
Yeah.
Behind the curtain. It's the stupidest shit ever. I've never gotten one of those notices ever. And they're like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, suck my dick. That's what's up.
But, at least if we would get a letter from ET, we would want to get it in the hands of somebody, especially if it was somewhat technical or
Bill
advanced.
Gates.
No, not Billy Boy.
The most trustworthy technological mind of our time.
But I think we would want to get it in the hands of somebody who possibly would know it.
Alex Jones.
That'd be better than us. One of the most fascinating aspects
Eddie Bravo.
of the Ummo case is that the letters weren't mailed to the general public. Instead, they were carefully targeted to UFO investigators, scientists, engineers, journalists, writers, philosophers, and intellectual discussion groups.
You think aliens hate the taste of envelopes too?
Probably. They don't like licking
Nah,
shit.
they use the manila ones.
Yeah.
This is official business.
Now, by sending, if this was a hoax or if this was alien, it doesn't matter for this next part. No matter who it was brilliant strategy. And it created an illusion of credibility by who these were sent to.
Yeah, that's what makes it so fucking suspect to me. That's how you make something. That's how Alex Jones. That's how you take something that is utter bullshit and run it through the ringer of perceived reality to make people believe it. Is you do this shit.
Yeah.
You essentially in a small test group propagandize it.
Right. In many ways, it was an early example of influencer marketing decades before social media. Rather than convincing millions of people directly, the anonymous author convinced a small group of respected leaders or in their field and let them spread the story. Brilliant. The letters claimed to come from extraterrestrials from the planet Ummo. And now, who were the Ummonites?
Ummonians?
Ummonites, whatever. Ummites.
The umamis.
They were supposedly an alien race.
Holy shit, I just got heartburn out of nowhere. Sorry.
They claimed to originate from a planet orbiting Wolf 421.
They're Starks.
Yes.
They're of the north.
Now, this star, I got Wolf 421 is a star located in the constellation Virgo, distance from Earth approximately 14.1 light years. What?
That's so far.
Yeah, it's a fair piece. It's not just a hop, skip, and a jump. They said they arrived to Earth in the 1950s. Now, keep in mind, I don't know if I expressed that.
Oh.
They were actually...
This is that's actually, it's part of a binary star system.
Yes, it is a binary system. Yes.
Go on. I was just looking it up just because I'd never heard of it.
They said they arrived to Earth in the 50s, allegedly landed secretly in France, claimed to live among humans undetected.
I'm listening.
Uh,
We've kind of already covered that. It'll come up again.
every document that was sent
6-speed, 5-speed.
was marked with a strange symbol, which became synonymous with the UFO.
That's
Research.
They found that off a clipping off the floor of the WWF headquarters. That's a Triple H logo that never made it.
If you want to see it, look at the thumbnail. I believe it's in the thumbnail, right?
I don't know.
I think I included it in the thumbnail. It basically looks like an H with a line through the middle, or a 5-speed transmission
With reverse.
with reverse. That's what it looks like. You can
Hold
see
on.
it-
I'll just stick it up to the camera. That thing. It's a 5-speed. There's no letters or anything. It's a 5-speed with reverse.
But it became, like I said, iconic in the UFO cultures.
No
seen
shit.
as the official seal of the Ummo.
Hold on. This might get deeper.
What? What are we looking at?
Ummo lighting.
What the?
Create modern minimalist lamps. Use carefully. This is a real thing.
Well, yeah.
By Dark Light Design. It's goddamn government.
It is. Now,
It's the cabal. It's the dark cabal and the lizards.
the overall tone of the letters were extremely formal, technical, emotionless, read like scientific reports. No dramatic.
You're remixing it tonight, man.
No dramatic. Take me to your leader bullshit.
Just take me to the river, put me in the water,
Right.
Big Mouth Billy Bass.
Very political, almost educational. Very
The brainwashing.
just technical.
Brainwashing.
There's no hype. There's no fluff.
Use big words and make them feel comfortable and make them do what you want.
Now, what the letters discuss is interesting. Physics, gravity, cosmology, genetics, linguistics, human behavior.
What does makeup have to do with this?
That's nice try. You watch too much YouTube. You watching?
No,
Makeup-
I
makeup
did.
tips
I
on
was
YouTube.
engaged to a cosmetologist at one point.
I
She
bet.
used to paint my nails for practice when she ran out of her own, and people at work would be like, "Really?" I'd be like, "Fuck you! I'm being a supportive significant other."
Yes, you are. But
Piece of shit. My toes are done too.
social engineering, religion, ethics, and technology.
Shush.
These documents were massive. Thousands of pages eventually made it into circulation. Highly detailed. And they were so detailed, it was kind of a double-edged sword, I would say. They were so detailed, people thought it was a prank, which, let's be honest, it probably fucking was. But here's where things get
SCP. Secure, contain, and protect.
at this point, they were so, and this lasted for years. We're talking 20 years or so, I believe these letters were coming.
20 años.
So, but
Was there any pattern to the arrival of the letters?
I do
Where
not
did they
think so.
go? Where did they go?
They
Did they
were-
go to one centralized place?
no, they were sent to these people. They were sent directly to the people. They
See,
didn't go to the Spanish government. They were sent to certain people or people. But it is very plausible at this point of the show to say, okay, this was either a psyop from a government or a hoax. But things get a little weird. And you know how they got weird, Travis?
the government
UFO sightings started to occur.
specifically related to this.
Specifically related.
Okay.
The Madrid incident, February 6th,
Madrid.
February 6, 1966, in New Aluche. What was that? Aluche, Madrid? Whatever.
Aluche.
Reports by witnesses, they said they saw a dick
The
shape.
dick-shaped.
Bezos was back there.
Fucking, it was
Bezos.
fucking Austin Powers.
Yeah, a disc-shaped craft allegedly bearing the Ummo symbol. So it was a 5-speed.
It was a 5-speed rocket ship.
Yeah. The sightings appeared to validate the letters. UFO researchers became obsessed. The timing feels almost too perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
Other
Almost
sight-
like it was planned.
Other claimed sightings were in France,
Gay.
Spain, occasionally in other locations throughout Europe. Strange lights, circular craft, mysterious figures.
That was just a Volvo.
Now, there were photographs involved in this. Photos emerged alleging that they actually caught the UFO or Ummo craft in these pictures.
Where is it?
I didn't fucking go that hard into it. I didn't give a fuck that much. The story started to spread internationally, and this is where the public fascination started to grow. It was a perfect storm, like I said earlier, of UFO mania, Cold War fears, growing growing distrust in governments, the fascination with our newfound ability to explore space, and the refrigerator is going to blow up, or the freezer.
There's an Ummo restaurant in Chicago.
Of course there is. And intellectual
fancy.
curiosity that was going on, and that all fed into this myth.
Looks fancy.
But the real power of Ummo wasn't the UFOs. It was the document themselves. Now, the scale of the material that was sent out, roughly anywhere between 1,000 and...
Shut the fuck up.
What? I mean, let's be honest. It could be horseshit. But of course, you gotta remember 1960, it's kind of hard to fake a lot of shit, but it was probably fake. But anyway.
That's a boomerang. That's a 6-pointed boomerang. Trust me, I just watched a guy throw boomerangs up to 7 points today.
Anyway, the scale of this material, roughly 1,000 to 1,400 pages were distributed, written essentially.
We should go to the restaurant too. It looks nice.
And it was distributed over decades with multiple people receiving these letters. Some letters were even personalized.
Just to clarify, that's pages, not individual letters. Do we know?
Pages of letters. So
that's what I meant.
Yes, 1,400.
Because 1,000 to 1,400 pages could be 10 to multiple hundreds.
I would say a total of anywhere from 1,000 to 1,400 pages. I wouldn't say 14 letters. I'm sure there were multiple letters. Most of the letters had at least a couple pages. So it could be 700 letters or 500 letters. Let's talk about the science. There was discussion of multidimensional physics, gravity manipulation,
sick
space travel,
like that's going to happen this year,
mathematical concepts, quantum-like ideas before the mainstream in pop culture.
Maybe that's there you go. That this could just be the roundabout way that they introduced quantum physics and quantum mechanics into the day and age,
but
so that it wasn't so terrifying when they were like, yeah, we're doing this now, like how it was with the Large Hadron Collider, and everybody's like, this is going to end the fucking world.
It sounded very intelligent. The dense technical writing made it very believable. The complicated diagrams that were included,
use fancy words, they'll fucking listen.
Listen. And like I said, the scientific jargon, like you just said, use fancy words, they're going to believe some shit. Yeah. Some concepts appeared advanced for the era. One of the biggest reasons for Ummo's story to gain credibility was because the letters didn't read like science fiction novels. They read like technical reports written by scientists or engineers. Now, you got to remember, I'm not an expert, but like multidimensional physics, that wasn't as near the multiverse. We haven't had Doctor Strange yet.
Yeah,
Marvel wasn't around. Well, they were, but they weren't diving into the multiverse yet. So it wasn't like it was on the tips of everybody's tongue, of the general population, or quantum-like ideas.
We weren't running around thinking about that we were doing the simulation theory yet.
Right now, it is very possible and most likely that in the scientific community, these things were starting to peak. Were in their infancy. They were starting to discuss quantum type physics.
Yeah, probably.
So it's not completely out of the question. That doesn't prove it's not a hoax. If anything, I think this leads to a very educated scientific person probably was behind it.
Yeah.
That had
because all this quantum mechanics and shit like that was probably realistically was already a thing. It just might not have been under that particular hat, if you will. That makes sense?
Okay, let's see where that was. Now, like I said, they also contain complex mathematical equations, detailed engineering diagrams,
That's the Asian aliens.
discussion of gravity, space-time, and higher dimensions, which wasn't mainstream, but I would, like I said, like we just said, it was probably definitely starting to be talked about in the scientific world.
Man, this is European MK Ultra.
Social political models were being discussed, and there was even, and they kind of gave hints to their own language and with their symbols and structures. Okay, for readers in the 1960s, much of this material was difficult to understand. Many assumed that that they couldn't comprehend it. It must have come from someone with extraordinary knowledge. Makes sense. Listen, if I can't make it out, that means whoever wrote it is much smarter than me, which is pretty much daily in my life.
Yeah, but I mean, that shit exists all over to every extent, though. Prison gangs do that shit.
Right.
Like,
An interesting point here is the letters also avoided sensational claims. Instead of talking about invasions or ray guns, they focused on science, on the sciences and technologies that made them seem far more believable than many UFO stories of that time. So they weren't getting into the super scientific, the science fiction version of it.
The science. They weren't getting into a level of science that is just completely out of the question, at least at the time.
Now, where it gets interesting,
I don't like that.
some concepts even appeared to anticipate later scientific discussion, such as interconnected networks, systems theories,
Okay.
and ideas resembling multidimensional physics we talked about. However, historians, like I said earlier, and scientists generally note that these topics were already starting to be explored in the academic circles around the globe.
Yeah, because by this time we weren't, and forgive me for people that like to think in our own little realm of time and space. We're at this point, if we're already into this, that we're not far off from that. We're not far off from connected networks and shit like that.
But
I mean, if you're in the 70s, early 70s, you're what? 20. If you're in 73, you're less than 30 years out from email and the early internet.
well, let's see. Well, I remember.
No, a little
You're
longer than
20
that.
well,
But
I
you're
remember-
you're 10, 15 years out from pagers starting to be a thing.
Well, I remember email when I was in college in the early 90s. We're talking 91.
Yeah.
We had email. It just wasn't internet wise. It was campus wide.
Yeah.
You know,
It was a localized network, but
it was a
yeah.
localized network, but it was the infancy of email.
Yeah, so you're not like if you're in the early to mid 70s, you're not far off from all of this shit. I don't want to say all of it, but a lot of this being a reality.
Yeah, but you know,
So maybe that's just for this start kicking off
Well,
point.
I mean,
Maybe this is just a social experiment that led somebody down the rabbit hole of creating something that we now take for granted, but at the time was so groundbreaking that you wouldn't be able to get a strong foothold in society while talking about it because nobody would believe it as a possibility.
right. I mean, no matter what, most researchers believe that these letters were an impressive blend of legitimate science, educated speculation.
Oh, Real Bad Daddy said could have some truth. It's truth scattered in. All this shit has
absolutely.
truth in it somewhere.
But-
Every conspiracy theory you ever talk about, it came from somewhere.
But like I said, it was an impressive blend of legitimate science, educated speculation, a fictional world building.
And colorful pictures.
The real genius wasn't necessarily predicting the future. It was presenting information in a way that sounded credible enough to convince intelligent, scientific people that they might be reading something extraterrestrial.
Dude, this really it kind of it's starting to sound like a technological and scientific version of like a very efficient but also very, what's the word I'm looking for? Abstract recruiting tool to get like-minded mathematically, scientifically, or technologically capable minds in the same space or in the same group to push forward modern technology.
Right. Now, I mean, it's important when you talk about, like, what was his name? Yeah, Jean-Pierre Petit.
Petit,
You know-
Jean-Pierre Petit. I am Jean-Pierre Petit. I will not stand with this insolence. I fought in your general direction.
Well, he was an astrophysicist, so he's a scientist.
He's a nerd.
Now,
He's French Tyson, the black one. Come on,
Neil deGrasse.
you say the black astrophysicist. Nobody's going Michio Kaku. Like, come on, they know.
Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yeah, the black one.
Okay.
And name me another black astrophysicist. I'm sure there are plenty, but name me one that you know.
Okay. Anyway, Jean-Pierre Petit. I'm just going to pronounce that. I'm changing my name.
I mean, if he's cool, he would
Petit.
pronounce it like Andy Pettit.
Yeah.
Remember?
But, like I said, he was an astrophysicist.
Powerhouse Yankees player.
He was, he's interesting to the fact, at least he's a realist. He claimed these ideas
Pitcher, wasn't
in this document did express a lot of scientific thinking. I mean, he did believe that it was probably somewhat fraudulent. But like I said, he used some of these concepts in
was flogging.
in his plasma concepts and that
In magnetohydrodynamics.
that big fucking word. But he acknowledged that these documents could be full of shit, which
I mean,
it was very
that's
sophisticated shit.
well.
Let's be honest. It wasn't some college.
It's like the Apple
at the local
agreement from
commu-
South Park.
It wasn't some college student in the fucking at the local Spanish fucking junior college pulling this shit out of his ass.
Yeah, it does. It's like the Apple agreement from South Park. Have you ever seen any clips of that?
No.
Oh, it's the human centipede. They're like, oh, they kidnapped Kyle, and then he's like, oh, look here it says right here, fellas, right here in the Apple user agreement, by signing this agreement, what is it? It's something along the lines of like, I allow Apple to sew my mouth to the butthole of another Apple iPad user. It's right there, fellas. Y'all signed it.
Let's see. So, let's talk about the Ummos themselves a little bit. We'll just touch on it. We'll just touch them.
I keep seeing the guy with the afro from what was that band? The ones that Party Rockers in the house tonight. That guy.
Oh yeah.
That's all I keep seeing when I hear Ummo. I just see a dude that probably looks like he does drugs, and he's like, I'm definitely from a different fucking planet, dog. You guys should listen to my shit.
Now, according to what people generated from these aliens, for
That's us, sophisticated.
lack of a better word, they were
Aryans, in my words.
they were allegedly lived in high logical society, so very Spockish, if you will.
Yeah, they're better than us.
Collective social structures, which
Are these the Jews?
they made really great movies. No traditional religion.
Never mind.
Advanced ethics. So
they're just better than
they're
us.
better than us.
Fuck you guys.
Rational governance, which I believe
That doesn't exist.
that's impossible. That's an impossibility.
Doesn't. I used to have that argument just over humanity with the fucking Jehovah's Witness.
But
They'd be like, oh, if you're a righteous man, you'll go to the kingdom of Jehovah. I'm like, but nobody's a fucking righteous man because we're given free will, dummy.
no, and they were focused on harmony and survival. Now, let me just play devil's advocate here. If they were
Sounds
let's
like
talk
a
about
fucking girl band from 98,
rational
Harmony and
governance
Survival.
and harmony and survival.
They don't go together.
We can say bullshit
To both
here
of those.
on Earth.
Yeah.
However, if you are a Spock-ish like culture, that is very plausible.
Or if you're like, or if you come from a species that works off more of a, like, for lack of a better word, of a hive mentality, or even like fungal, if you think of it from a fungal standpoint, one connected thing for the betterment of its whole self instead of oneself.
Yeah, true. Now, I think this is interesting. The Ummo material wasn't just aliens exist. It offered an entire alternative civilization model, almost like a political philosophy disguised as an alien communication. Can you say New World Order? If you want to go hoax, if you want to go hoax, and I'm down for this being a hoax.
Collective soul. I don't remember what song they had, but it was one.
I have some on my phone, I think.
Of course you do. Is it right next to like fucking the Verve Theory?
No, didn't have any of them.
Or fucking Chumbawamba? 7 Mary 3?
I think there is some 7 Mary 3.
Limp Bizkit. What else you
Little
got? I got
Rage.
Deftones on there. Motorhead. I got back into Motorhead. I forgot how fucking Nardog Motorhead kind of is.
But if you're going to try, let's go with the New World Order concept that we are so familiar with in today's society. If you want to reshape society, especially with a blossoming UFO excitement that was at this time,
you need a culture breaker like a Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
now you might go down this rabbit hole and do this psyop and try to push your agenda via what's the hot topic of the day.
It's probably where all these stickers came from.
Yeah. So I think that's an interesting point to make, that this could have been some kind of social experiment.
That's what it comes off as.
A ruling class, if you will.
That's what it comes off as to me. A potentially failed one, but
here's the important thing.
This is just the new Bolsheviks.
This is where the people of this planet, we take the ball and we turn it into something fucking crazy.
Or we pop it and don't let anybody else play with it.
This is when the Ummo craze stopped being a UFO case and started to become a cult. It don't take us long. Let's be honest. We are very cultish.
God, we make cults as fast as I get heartburn.
Now, let's talk about the cult of Ummo.
Cult
of personality.
Kumo.
In living color. Anyway.
Anthony Cumio.
Now, it started with intellectual circles beginning to form around these documents. People would gather privately to analyze the text. Some became true believers eventually.
So it is in its truest form a cult.
I mean, why? I can see how some people, we'll kind of talk about this a little bit, but I can kind of see how things would start to get, the lines would get blurred with, because, you know, these documents were personalized responses, ongoing. It was an ongoing, albeit slow, communication. It wasn't fucking texting, but it was, you know, correspondence.
You said blurred lines, and all I heard was cowbells. I know you want me to.
And it was very technically in depth. So I can kind of see how people would start. The weak-minded, we might say, would kind of start tapping into this and
the sheeple,
drinking the Kool-Aid, pun intended.
Flavor Aid.
Oh, okay.
For those who don't know, it was Flavor Aid at Jonestown, not Kool-Aid. They couldn't afford that fancy shit. Also, don't know if they sold it there.
Some of these people that were kind of diving balls deep into this started to feel like they were the chosen ones.
It's getting more culty.
Some of these recipients believed they were being contacted for a specific reason.
This sounds like
they are the chosen ones.
NXIVM, Heaven's Gate, take your fucking pick. This just sounds like all of them at this point.
It became an exclusive club, if you will. You know,
did they all wear the same Nikes?
Probably, but it started to develop a belief system, and then it was kind of self-reinforcing.
Yeah.
So it was the perfect storm for some fuckery.
Yeah, because that's how it's going to naturally expand at that point.
And apparently there is such thing as UFO religion. Can you say Scientology?
Or what was it? Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate, right. But
or was the People's Church too?
Maybe. And
Heaven's Gate, 100%.
Is Mormonism a little bit science fiction-y?
I don't know.
Maybe we ought to do an episode on the Mormons. Really pissed them.
Church of the Latter-day Saints. Talk about all the fucking murders that are probably connected to it that they've never pointed the finger at them for.
Now, it is important to note that at the time,
I'm a fucking friend of the people.
Not an official religion per se, but very, very similar.
So basically what you're saying is they just had to pay taxes.
Right. They shared a belief system. They had secret knowledge, higher beings, moral teachings, and a community identity, essentially.
Oh, I didn't know that. There's a temple in India dedicated to gray aliens.
Sweet.
I'm looking that one up. Go on.
Essentially, this was the internet before the internet. People began exchanging copies manually, underground discussion circles, information spreading through personal networks, creating mystery and scarcity all at the same time.
Like a government does.
Yeah.
That's literally what the government does.
Now, the cult beliefs. But eventually, every story starts to get weird, and there starts to be cracks in the foundation.
Malamapampati region of Salem district, Tamil Nadu. That's the church, the alien church in India. It's built 11 feet underground.
Really? But
Shrine features a 6-foot-tall gray alien statue with a UFO symbol carved on its stomach.
we're starting to wind her down. Now,
Interesting.
every fascinating story, every UFO story, every religion story starts to
gotta
fall
screenshot
apart
that.
at some point. There starts to be some fuckery. Enter Jose Luis Jordan Pena.
Enter Austin Post Malone.
Why do Spanish people have 4 fucking names?
Jose Luis Jordan Pena. Well, that's a Hispanic thing.
He was a.
It's like I'm not being exact on this because I don't know, but there's a familial name thing that goes on for some Spanish people.
Now, Jose was a Spanish.
Shut up, redneck.
Was a Spanish psychologist, a UFO enthusiast, and also a skeptic. Now, I've always said if you're going to be a UFOologist or
Ufologist.
a demonologist,
Which Phil is.
I am.
Phil is a registered, certified demonologist.
You better have a good, healthy dose of skepticism as well.
That's what makes us able to talk about this. You're a certified demonologist, and I'm certified by the state of Ohio and most states in the United States for safe food service handling
Yes.
to the 2nd level, a management level.
Yes. Now,
I know all about my diphtherias and tridictylococystoses.
you want your researchers to have a little bit of skepticism in it. You don't want true believers.
Yeah,
So-
that's how science just becomes religion.
Now,
Or theories become
here's
religions.
what happened with old Jose Luis Jordan Pena.
His Hispanic Michael Jordan.
He publicly admits creating the letters, says it was a social experiment. Goal allegedly was to study belief systems, test human gullibility, and observe the UFO communities.
I'm
He's
a
claiming-
walking spoiler alert.
Oh, it gets even more interesting. And
They found out he couldn't read and write.
he mixed truth with fiction intentionally, borrowed scientific ideas from real research, used existing UFO sightings to strengthen credibility, manipulated witnesses psychologically.
Mm.
Now, but
He used
As in-
He used that devilish charm of the Hispanic accent on people. He was like, "You saw an alien, Jess."
any good story has to have a twist. Many believers refused to accept this. Some thought he was covering,
okay.
yeah, his confession. Some thought he
excuse
was
me.
covering for someone else. Others argued one man couldn't produce that much material.
That's not that much
No, I don't think so either.
over that time period.
Yeah. Right.
I could type that much bullshit in a couple weeks.
That's true. You know,
Ask any of my college professors.
and if I'm not mistaken, I believe Jose's
Hispanic Michael Jordan.
he's done. He passed away, but I believe
Está
I
muerta.
think I heard or read somewhere in my research,
He live on
I'm using-
forever.
and I'm using that term very loosely.
You're being racist tonight. Very usely.
I
so
believe
very
his son-
rouge.
This was brought up, and his son vehemently denies
The legitimacy of it.
that his confession was real.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know whether he was
He's
forced
just
to
a,
do
he's
it
just a fucking
or
clout
he's just
chaser.
fucking around.
So he's a clout chaser.
You're right. So I don't know. This is where the waters get very murky.
What a fucking idiot.
But let's, as we always do here at the GITN podcast, let's get into alternative theories. This is where the fun
That's pretty
shit.
much all we talked about the whole time.
Partial truth theory. Pena created some documents, but not all. Some letters he had help basically.
Yeah. it would have to
more
be in the
sense.
same network. Otherwise, like you would, if this shit was coming from some otherworldly and somebody was falsifying some of them, you would be able to tell the
Yeah.
difference.
Now, this is what I think is the most plausible explanation for this. Intelligence agency theory. Possible Cold War psychological operation tests the test of mass suggestion and disinformation. Ooh, say that?
Just like COVID.
It's basically a psyop
Mm-hmm.
techniques. Long-term coordinated messaging. Okay. Sophisticated manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
The use of authority figures, intellectuals, information, and compartmentalization.
Compartmentalization.
That's the word I'm looking
Anybody that's new here,
for. I had a stroke.
Phil had a stroke a few years back.
Now, can you say COVID?
Not on YouTube.
Oh, you
But
can't.
yes, 100%. Well, no, we're not monetized, so I don't give a fuck
They
what we
don't
say.
give a fuck.
But no, I was just talking about that shit. I said that when COVID was a thing.
Right.
When they started trying to put fucking, you have to wear a mask over here. You're going to have a curfew. Like, I'm like, dude, this is all just a fucking, they're testing the waters.
And, using authority, getting authority figures to buy in.
Yeah. Having that,
Fauci.
that
surgeon,
fucking
all the-
troll.
all the, what's the, it's not Surgeon General, but whatever the state
World
level.
Health Organization.
But the state level big doctor, what's it called at the state level? I know it's Surgeon
I don't know.
General.
It's fucking some
Like,
asshole.
what's her name in Ohio running for governor? That bitch.
Fuck if I know.
She was the one that basically shut Ohio down.
Good for her. Good job.
But
How'd that work
using
out?
authority figures to scaring people and then using authority figures, it was a psyop.
Well, and there's also, it could also be, you could make it a money grab too. Because it's like, we're going to force you not to go to work and then we're going to give you money because we're forcing you not to go to work, but you owe us the money.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck off. Suck my dick. I would have just kept fucking working. You stupid
But if you think about
diplomatic
it-
wannabe pieces of shit. Especially Fauci when that fucking voicemail came out. When he literally said,
Oh.
we'll make it a mandatory vaccine, and they were like, well, I think that's going to cause a lot of problems, and he basically was like, fuck them, they'll either take it or they won't have any money.
Well, and think about what they did during that time. You had all these people, and they even changed their
Tulsi
mind.
Gabbard.
They even changed their mind. They flip-flop back and forth from mask to no mask. Originally, they said, don't worry about it. But
Just let it rock, dude. Like, I know it sounds archaic and shit, but like I said the whole time, and it is kind of archaic from a human standpoint, but it's like, if you have a reason to stay home, stay home. Everybody else, if you don't want to stay home, go do your fucking thing.
well, I hate to say Fauci. Look at Fauci. That some bitch should be in fucking.
He's a piece of
He
shit.
should be in prison for what he did.
He's a fucking twat waffle.
He blatantly fucking knew exactly what had happened. How many people got canceled for saying it came out of Wuhan?
Which it did.
Which it's been proven it did.
And it didn't come from
And
people
he knew
eating
about it.
fucking.
There
It didn't
is-
come from people eating bat soup either. That shit was on purpose.
It's been proven that he knew about it. They were involved in creating this.
Yeah.
But yet,
Like, we don't know where it came from. Bitch, it's called COVID-19. It's got a name. We don't know we don't know where it came from, but it's got a fucking name, and we can trace where it was being produced.
but we as people, when we are scared,
Believe
we will-
shit.
We will. You could sell us a bridge, and we wouldn't. We think
Yeah.
we own that motherfucker.
Yeah, it's just like when like Jason's coming around the corner and you're looking at like, and there's like a little kid freaking out and their mom's like, it's gonna be okay. No, it's not. One of you is probably gonna die.
Well, because I remember where I was during that time and during the lockdown,
I was working at a restaurant.
Yeah.
I was fucked. I knew I was fucked.
and I had a conversation with a young person. I was like, "If we get it, we get it.
Yeah.
I ain't no fucking sense in worrying about it."
Again, it's like I said, if you had a reason to be scared of it, I support your decision to separate yourself from the masses. But if you're gonna let it rock, let's let it rock and let's fucking roll through the shit.
But
And
the fuckery of that was nothing more than I don't know if it was a psyop to a certain extent, but just like the death count, it's been proven. We
that it was
know
horse shit.
they
But
were.
it was
You could have been
inflated.
in
I don't want to say it's horse
You
shit.
died
but-
if you were in a motorcycle accident and
and
died of head
but you
trauma.
had COVID.
Yeah, it was a COVID death.
Yeah. Why?
Why did we fudge the
Why?
fucking-
Because the hospitals got money for that
Right.
shit.
So that was
And that's where you run into a line that I hate, because it's like people are like, well, that's not fair. And I'm like, yeah, that's not fair. But at the same time, like, I'm all for, like, I got money to not work. I think everybody should get that money, specifically people that were working in hospitals at the time. Because there were a lot of people pulling a lot more hours, and you can make the argument all you want. I think a lot of it was bullshit. I don't like how they handled it. I think the numbers are inflated. I think Fauci's a piece of shit. I think I never got a vaccine. I think they can go fuck themselves on a lot of this shit. But was there a health risk? Yes. And there were nurses and doctors around the world that were actively facing it on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
They should be getting those fucking government kickbacks too.
And think of all and I'm not a anti-vaxxer by any stretch, but it, like in the comments, it basically was the largest human trial in history of an experimental drug.
And I did not take part.
And here's the thing, like what you say just a few minutes ago, what I have.
A stroke?
Yeah. And I took the vaccine, 2 of them. Or
And that's why he had a stroke. He went in, the doctor said, you had the vaccine? He said, yeah. And they said, that's why you had a stroke.
I took the 2 shots.
Ain't got nothing to do with the smoking and drinking.
I took the 2-shotter, and let's see, a year later.
Yeah, because we were doing this at that time. Weren't we?
I had a stroke I wasn't even 50 yet, or what?
Lamont you were an experiment before COVID, motherfucker.
I was 51. I had a stroke. Not in the, and here's the thing. They said basically that here's what, I'll give you my medical history. The doctor said, it must be a piece of cholesterol broke off. And, went to the old melon.
Real bad daddy lost both his parents after the third booster. Good thing you only got 2. Fuck.
But basically the doctor said, well, it looks like probably a piece of cholesterol broke off and went to the brain. That's what caused my stroke. However, when they did my test of cholesterol,
we're both gonna die.
Oh, they're gonna come kill me. My fucking cholesterol, I had perfect fucking cholesterol at the time. But yet they're saying
well, that's why.
My cholesterol my cholesterol.
Yeah, because the extra
it's up
chunk
in my
disappeared and went into your brain.
No,
Lamont says he got the first true cure for COVID and that he was an experiment. Lamont I know Lamont personally. He was an experiment before COVID was everything. Lamont was the world trying to make a real life critter. Have you ever seen the movie Critters?
I think so.
Little fuzzball fucking things.
Yeah.
Lamont. Lamont's a black critter.
Just to be said, I'm not saying
a critter.
I'm not saying the vaccine caused the stroke, but I don't know if you can't.
It was present, so
I mean,
it's like it's like when you're talking about like a story from the weekend, and you're like, oh yeah, this black guy walked in. It's like, why does it matter that he's black? It doesn't matter, but it's part of the story, so why leave it out?
Right. I mean, it's very, I'm not saying it was, but it's very interesting. And when you start thinking about what had happened,
what had happened was,
with perfectly healthy kids dropping dead.
Yeah.
On soccer fields and baseball fields and
John Q shit.
Yeah, so it's interesting. Odds are it was my drinking, smoking, and
all the stuff we still do.
Wild partying.
Well, minus wild partying.
If I was a bet man, that's what I'm putting my money on.
Yeah, just like I have atrocious heartburn right now for no reason.
All right, let's wrap this bitch up. Early sociological experiment theory. Early experiments in engineering belief.
Yeah,
okay,
100%.
Demonstrates how communities form around mystery.
Yeah, 100%.
Showed that complexity itself creates credibility. So you say a bunch of complex shit, people are going to think you're smart.
Oh, yeah. I have one person on the tip of my lips right now. I'm going to leave it alone.
The occult theory, which I like. Oh, what's Gonzo saying? Oh,
Gonzo, you're Puerto Rican. Nobody thinks you're Jewish.
Okay.
And if you are Jewish, that's fine. It's not so the Jews aren't the problem. No. It's the Israeli government.
Oh, we're not
monetized. Fuck them.
Oh, they're going to shut us down.
Hey, they never took Tommy G's video down.
The occult theory. This is where what shit I like. Some fringe researchers believe Ummo communication was channeled, not extraterrestrial, interdimensional, or occult in nature. Now, I have always said on this, you've heard, if you've listened, if you're a long time, first time, I've said it is very plausible. I would not be surprised if extraterrestrials weren't coming from outer space; they were coming from different dimensions, or aliens.
Yes, that is very much your.
That is very.
I don't even want to say it's your point of view, but it's on your list of potentialities.
You know, that would make just as much sense as
Look at the phonetics on that.
Gregor coming from fucking Centauri,
Yeah.
Alpha Centauri.
Look at that phonetics Gonzo just used. Never said I was. Never said Jews was a problem.
Anyway, but you know, so now.
I never said Jews were a problem. I've met plenty of cool Jews.
But if you think about it,
Now the Muslims.
the occult.
I'm just kidding.
Let me reread that. Some French researchers believe Ummo communication was channeled. What is that? What does that? Does that remind you of anything?
Are you talking
That
like channeled through
higher
from
being-
another place?
yeah, channeled from a higher
Or
being.
yeah. Okay.
Does that ring any bells? Is that striking anything?
Religion.
The Bible, maybe.
Yeah. All the religions.
Yeah.
Across the board.
Yeah.
And again, I try not to be inflammatory towards religions, but there's too much pointing at a lot of holes in a lot of it.
Yeah, but you know, there's the UFO theory,
Ufology.
ufology, whatever, fucking dumb shit. Some still believe actual extraterrestrials were involved. Suggests Pena inserted himself into an authentic phenomenon, which you know is not.
It's not
if you're-
impossible.
If you're a fucking attention whore, you might insert. How many people have
Everybody.
committed or not committed? You know, said they murdered some. You know, confessed to a fucking crime they didn't commit.
Chelsea Handler on the Kevin Hart roast. Tossing her name in the hat of relevancy again.
Please.
Trying to point at Shane Gillis and Tony Hinchcliffe talking about Saudi Arabia, even though they didn't go to that at all.
Yeah.
I hate that bitch. And that sounds like racist to say that because of what she said, but like, goddamn. Stop fucking
Okay.
going on. Get off your bandwagon.
Let's wrap this up. All right.
Arby's.
Important lesson to take from all this. People just don't believe because something sounds magical. Sometimes they believe because it sounds intelligent. And if you got intelligent and magical, you got the winning ticket.
Yeah. Bad Daddy, are you kind of new here? He's saying a lot of stuff that we've kind of, I don't want to say backed, but stated in the past.
Or maybe just great minds think alike.
We're the children of apes and the Anunnaki.
You know, and I think personally, if I'm going to go out on a limb here,
I'm not saying that in a shitty way. I'm just saying like we're that like the whole yeah, he's like the aliens being here longer than us thing. Like that we've said that.
yeah. But
I've almost always said that if they're here, they've been here for like fucking 20 million years probably.
I personally think this was an elaborate hoax. Not even a hoax. It was a social experiment.
Yeah.
It was probably.
But where does it come from is the big question.
Now, was it an actual government or was it the elite?
Same thing.
Yeah, no, obviously, like I've always believed. I believe it, and I think you believe too. Don't want to put words in your mouth, but there's your government. You have your local government. You have your state government here in the U.S. You have your federal government.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't stop there. There
No.
is a higher tier of elites
Yeah.
that actually run.
Call it what you want. The Illuminati, the Bilderbergs, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's all the same shit.
Yes. So, was it that top tier that were doing this psyop on?
Which realistically, it's been that top tier.
So
Ever since it became a thing, which fuck knows how long it's been a thing.
probably
Most things probably have come from that level. It just all like the signs point to yes. It is what it is.
But here's
It's the same thing as me being a conspiracy theorist, and people be like, "Don't you fucking use like social media and AI and da da da?" I'm like, dude, it's too late. I talk about this shit not because I think I'm going to change or save anything. I talk about it because it's entertaining and I find some reality in some of it. We ain't changing none of this shit. Everything that's happened to this up to this point, it is written, so it shall be done. Fucking deal with it.
I think this is a perfect case study of A, how gullible we are. B,
Yeah, we're dumb as
we
fuck.
can be manipulated to do just about you.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think they're showing you all those titties on Twitter? Because they're gonna be like they're gonna be like cute dog video, sports video, titties. It's okay to drop nukes in the Middle East. Like that's how it's gonna work. And you're gonna be like, maybe I am okay with nuking Iran.
I'm okay with titties.
Yeah.
But here's my real problem with this. How can, and this is my problem with all cults. How can these wacky, crazy motherfuckers get a
Gonzo
following?
wants to know if the aliens watch UFC Freedom 2020
Probably.
250. I didn't even watch that shit. I know Josh Hogan got fucking fired up over it. Dumbass.
Oh, yeah. Was that the...
The one that said that Michelle
yeah,
Obama
yeah.
immediately said Michelle Obama has a penis. Like, come on. I'm all for being able to throw your views out there, but you really thought that that was going to go without repercussions.
Yeah,
You just did a fucking USC event on the lawn of the White House in front of everything, every person of power and influence, and you think you're going to get away with that? Come on. Sean Strickland already got fucking canceled because all his things that he has to say about the Jewish people.
But I've always... How can these... It's upsetting that some of these wacky, crazy ideas, Heaven's Gate, all these cults get a following, and we can barely get 1,000 fucking subscribers. We
We just need to start a cult.
we might want to rethink our life choices.
We should start a cult. I just said the other day that I should be a presidential candidate.
All right.
I get plenty of fucking idiots to follow me. And it wouldn't even be from a
We
point
can't
of
get people to follow.
It wouldn't
some
even. It
random
wouldn't
fucking-
even. No, I'll just soapbox it. It wouldn't even be from a point of illegitimacy or non-somewhat truth. They'd be like, "What's your foreign policy when it comes to the Middle East?" Fuck it.
You know
It's
what
not our business.
You know what my foreign policy would be?
There isn't one until we straighten our own shit out.
I don't give a fuck.
Like, unless they give us money, then we can talk, because that's how the world we're in now.
See, that's the problem. See, there are countries
Everybody gives us money.
that we won't. No, it doesn't give us money.
No, we just make a lot of money off being everybody's
It
goons.
gives certain people a lot of money
Yeah.
to buy persuasion. I won't mention any fucking governments.
Well, and also, as soon as you throw in somebody's face that you're talking shit with, like, well, America's got our back. Most countries are gonna be like, fuck.
Really, you think? Let's be honest. We're not the fucking powerhouse.
From a military standpoint,
We're not the fucking powerhouse that we once were.
yeah, we are.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
You know why we aren't the biggest power, the force that we once were? It's because of the population. We don't have the stomach as citizens to do what needs to be fucking done. You will never have another war is ugly.
What are you talking, like a revolution?
No. I'm talking about, what do you think?
I was talking about elsewhere.
No, why do you think we lost Vietnam? Why do you think we lost?
Well, we didn't lose Vietnam. Vietnam was never a war.
Well, why do you think we did not succeed? Because we don't. When they opened the fucking doors to the fucking what it's like to be in a battle, in a war, we don't have the
Well,
stomach for it.
there's also so much, at least feigned diplomacy around it now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like, and I'm not saying we need to go back to this, but it's not like back in the old days where it was like, all right, go fucking kill each other about it for a little while.
And Big Daddy, that don't get me wrong, I don't underestimate our troops or our the American people.
You don't think that they would support a another high level war, which
They
Don't-
don't have the stomach to do what it has to take. It has nothing to do with our armed servicemen and women.
Oh, because they'll crush most people.
Yes, but get this like
You don't think it'll draw the support that
Vietnam.
it would need?
I forget what the town. We were within, I think, a night's trek of finishing that and being done with it.
Mm-hmm.
They called them back because we didn't. We would have had to go into Cambodia, and we didn't have the fucking stomach to do it. You know, we as the American public does not have the stomach for war, and rightly so, because they've cried wolf so many times. We had a 20-year fucking whatever that fucking was
In the Middle East,
in the Middle East.
nothing.
It was a clusterfuck.
Got
And
got the one guy we weren't originally there for first, then got the guy we were originally there for, then stayed there for another 10 fucking years.
and I don't fault the
Those
American-
numbers aren't probably correct.
I
but
don't fault the American public
for
one
not
bit.
trusting it. Yeah, I agree with that. It's not gonna garner the support of the public
Right.
like it would have 150 years ago.
But think about it. Tell
But
gang-
from a military standpoint, nobody wants to step to us. That's saving our ass from a lot of shit.
because
Because I think as a society, we are in a way, shape, or form, depending on how you want to look at it, weaker than a lot of other parts of the world. But what saves our ass is our
Socially, we're a
military
lot.
prowess.
here's where we're weak. Socially, we are weak as fuck
Mhm.
now.
We're too divided.
I mean, the only
There's
thing,
too much. Everybody's got fucking beef with everybody. Everybody wants to rip. We all want to rip each other's throats out already. So what the fuck are we gonna do when we have when we're supposed to have a common enemy?
Right.
The fuck.
and here's the thing.
Which we already have a common enemy, and we can't even fucking. People don't even see that and can't get behind it because the common enemy already right now, and I don't mean this from a fucking a military standpoint, is the.
Japanese.
I mean, they're a bunch of sushi rolling pieces of shit. Takamatsu, Horimoto, 6 fucking Kawasaki, Suzuki, sons of bitches. Again, new people. I'm a Japanese American. I'm allowed to be racist against Asians.
You know,
But like, no, it's the common enemy already should be the military industrial complex of the world.
I'm sorry. What was that?
What?
What'd you say?
Should be the common enemy, the
Repeat.
military industrial complex around that is not America, that is the world for the most part, with a small handful of outliers that are not included in that main group.
You know, let me ask you an opinion.
Or Chechnya. We could just call it Chechnya.
I've been around long enough to know. How can I word this without being too, like the whole Russia thing? You know,
Yeah. Why do some of them look Asian?
no, because they are Asian. Some of them.
Well, you would argue that they are all Asian because
Part of Asia. It is.
Well, the natural the natural travel of mankind from Africa.
Well, Russia is in Asia.
Not all of it.
Some of it, but
Most of it.
Indians are Asian.
Yeah. Pakistanis.
Are Asian. But
I think
you know-
Uzbekis, Kazakis.
we
I'm probably
would be
wrong.
in a lot better shape if we could just learn to mind our own goddamn business.
Yeah, just stay the fuck out of a lot of this shit.
Well, he's not wrong. That
Yeah, but they'd be fucked as soon as they do too. That's the other problem. Is like as soon as somebody tries to nuke us, the whole world's done. Because as soon as we're like, oh, there's a nuke and we can't stop it, they're gonna be like, fucking launch all of them. Fuck it.
take them all out.
We got more. Like,
Mutual assured destruction. But
you're just gonna have fucking
like-
whoever's president smoking a joint with shades on in a dark room, and he's like, I'm still gonna send it.
I often wondered. Remember when they were talking the whole Russiagate thing?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Now, in like China now, they are preaching to the American people that both these things are so bad.
What?
These countries, China, and Russia.
Oh,
Have we ever just sat and talked to them and say, dude, what's the fucking problem? We don't
it
give
happens
a-
all the time.
We don't give a fuck what you do. Or is it the
Or just look at how many
The industrial-
diplomatic sit downs the United States representatives or president have had with Russia and China. Very few of them go south.
But I personally think the UN has a lot to do with they're the shit stirrers.
I think they're the in between.
I think they're
I think they're the middleman of all of it.
And I personally think they're the shit stirrers.
Probably.
They
poked Russia with the Ukraine.
They poked the fucking 100%.
Bear. They've been poking the bear for 30 fucking years.
So, and why do we have to be the world's fucking police? And let's be honest, why are we are in Iran for one fucking reason.
Earl. And money.
And to help out our most wonderful fucking ally. Which will remain nameless.
Our biggest sponsor.
I don't want Ziva David coming in and assassinate me.
See, I would even say that. I wouldn't even say ally. I would say our biggest financial sponsor.
They don't support the country. They support our politicians.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
We support
as far as they're concerned.
We give them fucking money.
As far as they're concerned, same thing.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about what happens from us.
Fucking influence left and right.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck what happens with us.
Guess what? I'll be called a certain name just for saying that.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I think my dad was anyway. My biological dad.
See, I'm not. I just had this conversation. I don't have a problem with the people of this said country. I have a problem, just like I don't have a problem with the fucking Republican on one side that lives on one side of the house or the Democrat that lives on the other side of the house. I don't give a fuck. That's fine. We don't have to be at each other's throats. That's cool. You can do what you do. You can believe what you believe. That's fine. I don't give a fuck.
If you want to believe in
but I
Ummo,
don't trust about the motherfuckers that are running all the shit.
No, fuck them.
In any country. I don't give a shit. You're never going to find a politician or somebody in charge of a country or a municipality or principality or any of that shit that doesn't have some shady shit going on. It's never going to happen.
I think Real Daddy there has a point. We can do it, but we have to own and demand respect. But here's the problem.
It'll never happen with the way we're divided.
The inner fighting that we have in our system, whether it be political and society, it'll never happen. People look at us like we're fucking
crazy. Yeah, they look at us like we're a nation of what, however 20 million fucking kids on a playground.
And I personally believe we are an empire in decline. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
In 50 to 100 years,
you have two people right here that make above the poverty line income and still walk into stores and look at normal purchases and go, Jesus Christ, it's that fucking much now.
Oh yeah.
If you and I made, and not gonna go into who makes more or whatever, but we know how that breaks down to an extent.
Yeah.
If either of us make either of our salaries, which again, it's not like a lot, like we're not rolling in dough, either of us, but like if either of us made what either of us make now 50 years ago,
not even 50 fucking years.
Well, I'm going real dramatic. We would be fucking fine. We'd be great.
I hope he says not too late we can turn the ship around. Hopefully. But here, I'll make your point. Probably in the 80s and 90s, my current salary is probably, I almost guarantee it without asking, was more than my family household income.
Yeah, probably.
And we weren't rich, but we were, I wouldn't say upper middle class. I mean,
I would probably say the same.
And I make more than both my mother and father, you add them together, in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah. I would say my parents, like before I was born and shit, like in the early to mid 80s, probably same or comparable.
Right. I mean,
depending on the overtime and shit that I hit every year.
I mean, there's times I look at God damn, I just paid that fucking bill.
Yeah.
Well, I went to fucking the grocery store and got dog food, I think soap, toothpaste, and shit, and spent almost $75 fucking dollars and didn't even buy any fucking food.
Yeah.
I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Especially like I start going to the grocery store, which I'm gonna do again. I'm down to do it for both of us if you want, because
Well,
I gotta
yeah,
stop fucking.
Yeah, I got to stop too.
Yeah,
It's-
but like even then, like dude, like for when I go to the grocery store, because anybody who also doesn't know, Phil's not like a real like cookie
I can do it,
grocery
I just don't like
kind
to
of
do it.
guy. Like if I go to like stock the fridge, since we haven't been grocery shopping and shit in fucking months, it's like a couple $100 potentially
Oh yeah.
just to get like the odds and ends shit, like the stuff that you sometimes forget, like just random condiments or fucking like paper plates, shit like that. And by the time I'm done ringing it up, I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, like. And it don't get you shit compared to what it got when I was a kid.
Even 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like you spend $200 now, you get a half a cart full of shit. You spend $200 when I was a kid. My mom was rolling out of there like, and I'm like hanging on to a bag of Doritos so I don't fall out of the fucking cart.
well, bottom line, inflation, wages aren't matching inflation.
Nah.
And don't even try. And I understand why, Gen Z is so fucking pissed off. Don't even try to buy a fucking house now.
Yes. No, and I agree with Bad Daddy on that too. Like things are still a lot better than a lot of people in the world have.
Oh, I mean,
I'm not.
I would be the elite in most countries.
Dude, if we moved to Thailand,
We would be the.
oh my
fucking
God,
elite.
if we could make what we make in Thailand,
Or
we would
just
have
head-
like a fucking like beachside property.
Just head about 13 hours south.
Yeah. You go to fucking like rural Georgia and Alabama
I
and
was
shit.
saying more Mexico, but
Oh, dude, even Arkansas, both of us make pretty like above the medium household income in most of Arkansas.
oh yeah.
But
All
I mean,
right.
we're all fucked. That's basically what
I'm
it
not
is.
gonna be around much. Fuck.
We're all gonna die.
I've got about a good 10, 15 fucking years left.
All we can hope for is
Then my kids are fucking collecting insurance money
all we can hope for is that Jeff Bezos saves us all.
with his big rocket dick.
Yeah, him and Elon send us to Mars when it's not terraformed for us to live on it whatsoever.
All right, that's all we got. Hope you enjoyed it. We will see you. I don't know.
Maybe next week.
We will try to be back next week. If things are
Maybe next
settling
week.
down. We are going to, even though I am going on vacation here very soon.
I'm not.
So
Maybe I'll do one. I am doing a lot of house sitting coming up. Maybe I'll just do one from one of the houses.
There you go.
I have no camera or nothing. I'll just sit on the couch and just drink fucking bourbon. Maybe invite somebody over. I know who I would invite over, and he would have to stay anonymous
Anonymous.
because of his professional life.
Oh, I know you don't. All right. All right. We will see you soon.
Maybe.
Take care. Fuck off. All that happy horse.
We're all
shit.
going to die.
We
Aliens.
love you.